Hello everyone, this is FoodPoison from MGS and welcome back to another episode of Sunday with FoodPoison, where I answer your questions in the comments and basically just talk about life. First of all, I would like to welcome all of the new subscribers today. Our schedule goes like this: Monday to Friday, our regular schedule upload of gameplays. Friday we have streaming, and Saturday, in case you missed the Friday streaming, we upload the Friday streaming so you can see what's been happening and what went on Friday. And Sunday, as I said, we have the vlog, the Sunday with FoodPoison episode, where I basically kind of talk to you somewhat directly, kind of off the gaming topic. And today, of course, is the second week of the free game giveaway, and the winner of the game poi is... Congratulations, and make sure you go to my channel, my about page, and message me directly so that I can give you the Steam key so you can redeem the game. Now, I can't really message you if you don't have any contents or anything like that, so it is a lot easier for me to kind of respond to you in that way. So be sure you do that, and the key will be there for you. And of course, after the giveaway, we also have another giveaway to start. We have the game Awesomenauts. Now this game is pretty fun. It is definitely more fun with multiple people, but unfortunately I only have one key. Hopefully some of your friends have it. Maybe you can just go up there and still play it. It is still fun, single player. It is a great game. I played it a lot with my friends, and the game is Awesomenauts. Just to kind of reiterate that again. All you have to do is to basically just comment below on the channel, anything at all. Just hopefully nothing too crude or weird. Or actually, I don't mind being weird, just nothing crude, I guess. But yeah, just make sure that you comment below and you will be eligible for the raffle. And last week, of course, I asked you guys what should I talk about, and of course you guys kind of like gave some ideas, some interesting ideas out there. And one thing that really caught my attention was this question about what are the top games? What are the top games I would like to play? As you guys know, I play a lot of games, especially just on this channel and by myself, but I would say genre, maybe medieval. Well, not even maybe, I definitely know medieval genre, medieval, space, and probably simulation. And since we got that out of the way, I guess I can pretty much talk about what games specifically, what games do I like to play the most. Now, I was thinking a lot about this, and I think the qualification of like what game I like to play the most really kind of comes to the games that I went back to most. As you guys know, and as I said before, I play a lot of games, and this is something that I call game hopping. I just like start playing one game for like hours on end, and I just kind of skip to another game. Like I just hop to another game, take interest in that one, play that a lot, and hop to another game, play that a lot, hop to another game, play it a lot, and I just kind of go through in that cycle quite a lot, quite often. But there, of course, is a game, or multiple games in this case, that I just kind of go back. Because as I'm hopping, there are some games that kind of get dropped. It's like, okay, this is pretty good, I've had enough fun of it, I'll probably drop it for a while, or like, maybe never even gonna touch it ever again. And I guess this is kind of why I have this channel, and I have this like game just not even end. Some of the gameplays don't even end at this channel, and you guys should know. And if you guys do, by the way, side note, if you guys do want me to end those kind of games, then do let me know. I will gladly go back to it and end it. But anyways, going back to what I was saying, if I were to think about some of the games that I went back to, I think I can go. I think I can make a top 5 list for those. Alright, let's start with the 5th one. I guess this is a pretty recent favorite because I've recently got this game. I don't think it's been, I think maybe it's been a month, maybe it's been less than a month, but you guys might know, I've streamed it once. It is called RimWorld, and I've played this game so much, so many hours, and it's just not boring yet. I haven't finished it yet. There's so much things that I'm doing in that game. I just want to grow, and there's so much to do, and it kind of brings in the whole simulation and space together, because there's a lot of technology things that's going on in that game. There's simulation where you're kind of micromanaging each characters, and I'm having a lot of fun with that, and it has great construction of buildings and construction of system and like construction of how everything cycles together and like how everything's grow together. And another thing is like it has this really interesting way of setting personalities and creating like a story through the whole thing. Like one person could, let's say, like be, I don't even know how I should say this, but like they have personal stories, and when you kind of talk about that one character through the whole playthrough, it kind of creates this story with them. Like you can see what you can kind of remember what they were bonded, like who they were bonded with, who died, and what happened because of that. Like let's take a character, let's say FoodPoison. He had like a dog. He had a dog, and like he loved this dog, and the dog loved him. And one day, let's say like the dog like accidentally, or the dog was attacked by a random wolf, and the dog died. And FoodPoison was then sad, and he had just a bunch of breakdowns constantly, and ended up like killing himself. Kind of a sad story, but those stuff happen. And I think that's pretty interesting that a game can kind of like tell a story in there. And I guess for fourth one, we have a game, Star Sector. Star Sector is another space game, I would say kind of like a simulation, because you're simulating a single, or a fleet, let's say. I know I've said in one of the videos I have big plans for this game. I'm probably gonna start recording it as soon as the next update comes up. It's been around 7 months since the last update came up, and the next update might be the update for me to actually do something with it. So hopefully I can do it. But anyways, this game is about controlling a fleet, controlling, well, to be specific, a single character of like your single character, but you're controlling basically a fleet. You're refitting all these ships, and you're kind of going around, like around this, like, I don't know, do you say star sectors? I don't know, around the sector, and around the universe, I guess, in space. And you're fighting other ships, you're doing missions, you might be doing missions, you're getting stuff, you might become a pirate even. You might start attacking other factions, you might attack friendly factions, or like existing factions, you might do something. But it's a very big simulation slash sandbox game where you're free to do whatever you want. And I think that's pretty, like, that's one of the biggest reason why I love simulation games, because like you're kind of dropped in a place and you're allowed to do whatever you want. And I guess that's one of the things that I want to kind of express, or kind of and what's the word that I'm looking for? Kind of exercise? Emphasize, there we go. Emphasize in the game that I want to make in the future. Hopefully that's not too far off, but I do want to make something like that in the future. Kind of like a simulation where you're dropped off and you're able to do whatever you want. And the game isn't all 2D, but it is very interesting because all the effects are pretty cool. It's not like anything pops out and becomes 3D or anything, but the developer did a fantastic job in this game, and I would love to see the next update go up, and I'll be happy to make any videos that come up with it. And the next game, we have Sims. I guess Sims would be probably the game that I go back to pretty often. I don't know why, because it doesn't exactly go through the genre of medieval or space, but I love Sims because I guess because this is a simulation game, and I simply love the whole growing of characters. I guess I like the fact that this is a simulation game slash somewhat of an RPG, because you're technically building up a character, and that's kind of how I see RPG as. You make this character and you have this character grow up. And that's what Sims is as a simulator, because you're creating a family, you're creating like a character, and you're having it interact with all these other characters in the town or in the world, and you see everything just grow up. And I think that's pretty cool. I go back to it a lot, I guess, just to create another character, make it have a family, and I've actually never gone through probably at most 2 generations. Sims has been developing a lot and has been upgrading a lot. A lot of new versions also came out, so I couldn't really catch up too much to it. Unfortunately, a lot of the Sims game require DLC to actually function well, not function, but to have a lot of fun. And the thing about that is the DLCs are super expensive. Take Sims 4 for example. You have a game that is around 40 bucks and you have DLCs that's at least $20 each. And that's a lot of money. A lot of money that I don't have and a lot of money that I can't spare, definitely. And that's something that I love to play pretty often, but unfortunately can't afford at times. And coming in second, we have Path of Exile. Path of Exile, I would say it is very far off from all the genres that I actually play. One of the big things though I love about games is loot systems. And when a game has a great loot system, I just have to play it. And I'm sure you guys have seen me say that a lot, or heard me say that a lot, I should say. But I love good loot systems, and that's why I love unboxing. I love the excitement of unboxing stuff, especially when it comes to just unboxing random things, not something that you're expecting, but just random things. And that's one of the big things about loot systems in dungeon crawlers, because I don't actually play too much dungeon crawlers. Some of the dungeon crawlers I play, such as Diablo, has it has a storyline and it doesn't exactly have too much of a replay value. But when it came to Path of Exile, there was just so much that you could do in a tree, in the skill tree, that it's like I can never finish the game, I guess you could say. And I guess in some ways it kind of fit into medieval genre that I could just relate it to. But anyways, the loot system is kind of what it really gets me back into it. I say back into it because whenever you play Path of Exile and create a character, you can always go back to it. Like, you can stop at one point and you can go back to it. You don't have to remember exactly what you were doing, but you can just go and like farm some loots and stuff like that. And I guess one of the big games out there that has like great loot system, if I could kind of explain it more, I guess it's like Overwatch, where it kind of like open the case and see some of the things that's out there, and maybe like Robocraft, where every game you open a crate and you get a bunch of stuff. And yeah, I guess these are pretty much like the loot system that I'm looking for. Definitely Dungeon Crawler helps out because you're like killing a bunch of guys and you just see a bunch of loots just drop and you get to pick from all these things. It's like Christmas. Maybe not like Christmas because it's not physical, but anyways, that is the second. And on to my number 1 favorite game. Now this game, I just love it a lot, and the thing is, it's something of my favorite. I really can't say this is gonna be anyone else's favorite. I'm sure there's a lot of people who love it. It's just that it's just too old. It's just too old, and people who love this game are waiting. We're just waiting for the next part to come out, for number 2 to come out. They actually announced it, but it just hasn't gone. It's just not been out yet. And are no other games that's similar to this. And this game, I should probably say it at this point, is Mount and Blade. To be exact, probably Warband, if I have to be completely very specific on the game. The reason why I like this is very simple. It is a simulation and it is medieval genre. And yes, I love this game. I simply love it. And the only thing that can make this game better are mods, unfortunately, at this point. And that's kind of where it gets sad, because like the engine of the game is so old. I don't even remember when this game was released. But I remember being able to play this game in like a small EEPC. I don't even know if you guys know what that is. It's got like a really tiny laptop, and I was able to play that in like a pretty good setting. And it's like a really low spec laptop too. But anyways, as I'm saying, I love this game because it is a simulation. You can go in there, do whatever you want. As I said before, you can just hire a bunch of guys. You have the management of your troops. This is a medieval game, so you have all these things where you can just kind of do medieval stuff. I love medieval. I don't think you guys know, but I love medieval stuff. I love armors. I love armors. I love swords. I love weapons. I love bows. More than any kind of like guns out there. And that's so weird, probably for some of you, but I guess that's pretty much how I am. But this game is so good for me, at least, and it has inspired me to kind of create or try to create my own game, and that is the whole idea of the immersive medieval game that I want to create. And I just want to do it. I mean, if they want to pick me up to like give them ideas, like, that'd be awesome. That's how much I love this game. And yeah, this is like, I would probably say the game, if you guys haven't played it, I would probably say you can kind of relate to this to maybe Rome to medieval to like those Total War games, except you're playing like a smaller regiment. You're not playing like a whole like I don't know, like 1,000 carry, like 1,000, 2,000, maybe, like it could go more, right? Total War can go a lot more. Like, you're not playing with like the bunch of those guys, but except you're just playing with couple of them, maybe 50, like 50 versus 50 or 100 versus 100. And the awesome part about this is that you're in there. You're not, it doesn't matter like if you're the main character or not, basically, is the thing. You're so insignificant compared to the world that it makes the game that much difficult and that much more rewarding when you get up there. And I think that's one of the craziest and most awesome thing a game can have, because whenever you play a game, I feel like the developer at least tries to make you so significant. Like, oh, you're the main character, we have to make you great and you have to be like successful in this game. But in this game, it's like if you have everything into like the normal, or not like the hardest difficulty where it's like just one-on-one damage and like everything equalized, you're so insignificant. You can get shot by an arrow and you will die. Well, probably not die. Unconscious. I guess that's one thing that is like a little different. You'll become unconscious and like that's it. That's over for you. Like the battle has to end without you. And I think this is something that's pretty awesome because it just creates that much challenge, and I love challenge. And for it to be in both a medieval genre and a simulation, I think it's just fantastic. But yeah, I mean, those 5 games are pretty much what I love to play and go back to, and that, yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. This has been a pretty long video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys didn't think that it was a pretty bad list. I mean, I think that's a pretty good list. At least I think so. I mean, I think there isn't too like a recent game out there, but those are pretty much what I love, and hopefully you guys can love what I love. But I would like to know, what do you guys love? What kind of games are your favorites? What kind of genre are your favorites? And yeah, I guess that's pretty much where I'm gonna end it for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the list. Maybe some of you agreed, maybe you guys didn't, but if you guys did, and if you guys liked the video, please leave a like, comment about all the things that you guys like, and subscribe if you guys haven't already, or if it's your first time here. It really helps me out when you guys do that. And yeah, share the video with all your favorite genre friends. Maybe if they like medieval, maybe if they like space or simulator, I guess they might like this video. But yeah, with that, thank you so much for watching the video once again. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.